Guys, deluded Gooner, I'm back again. You guys know I need to speak about this. Obviously, Arsenal lost, I believe. Well, Chelsea scored so many, I can't remember. I believe they won 4-0 last night in the second leg of the FA Youth Cup. 7-1 or so on aggregate or something like that. And yeah, man, let's just get into it. At the risk of sounding silly, yeah, 7-1. They got battered, golfing class over two legs. They were out-muscled, out-classed, out-tactically done, out-everything. They lost to a superior side, older, more experienced, collectively, generally speaking. There's no shame in that. Everybody's seen. 7 of the last 5 FA Youth Cups have gone to this Chelsea side. 5 of the last 5 after cementing it. The likes of Reece James, Dijon Sterling, George McCracken, his younger brother, Castillo, Redan. There's so much talent. Young Billy Gilmore, 16, signed from Rangers. They were a side that's been assembled, a side with winning culture and things. And this is our side is mainly made up of first-year scholars. I did tell you lot in the first leg it'd be a tough ask for us to beat this side, but we can be proud of the fact that our side, Arsenal, have got here. Generally speaking, we haven't got to a final since 2009. So each and every one of them young players, I know it don't mean nothing. I know my words mean nothing at the moment because at the end of the day, lost 7-1 and it's gonna hurt. You can be proud, man. You gave us some stuff to look forward to, man. You came second ultimately in the FA Youth Cup. Obviously as well, we beat Liverpool and them things there. Fantastic wins for the boys at Anfield. Like I said, we've been there since 2009. These men finished second behind this Chelsea side in the league. There's not much you can do when there's a golfing class and ultimately they're the better men. So credit to them. But moving on to the game, I told you, lot, we cannot, to have any chance, and you saw me tweet it, so I'm not just saying this like these other YouTubers. I only talk about what I know. I said if we're going to have any chance of a comeback, a turnaround, a fight back, whatever you want to call it, second leg, we cannot concede within the first 10 minutes. And bang on the 10th minute, we conceded a goal. I believe it was Billy Gilmore. Lovely strike. Poor defending from us. Really and truly, like the first leg, we were having to just watch Chelsea. And I can't see what Chelsea learned from this. The young players, yeah, they get nice little winning coaches and they're winning. And that, I'm not knocking that. I actually love that Chelsea do that. But when you saw how much time the centre-halves got on possession, the Chelsea boys, how much time the midfielders had, the wingers and the fullbacks, you've got to wonder, are they learning anything? Are these centre-halves learning when they can constantly just do what they want, stepping out of defence? So they're not learning when to play and when to not. Midfielders, as you expect, they all want the ball, especially when the game is like this. Are you going to learn anything? Apart from Joao, the keeper, and Daley Campbell, it's looking a bit booky, and Emil Smith and Amici here and there, it's looking a bit booky. Like I said, their 3 at the back killed us. Their 3 at the back, 5 in midfield, it killed us. You got Reece James, who seems to be a black Espliqueta, clipping balls over the top. You got Castillo and Sterling running forward at whenever opportunity. Josh and George, I keep calling him man Josh. George and Billy and all these guys, fantastic little pass and moves. So we're just having to chase them. We're having to remain compact. It's an exhibition show again by Chelsea. We had a couple opportunities, a couple breaks I personally felt we could have done better with. John Jules probably didn't have the best 2 games to speak about. Both games he had chances. He should have at least worked the keeper. He was fed in by, I believe, Vontae Campbell, and it was to no avail. But you could see the golfing class, and like I said, Billy Gilmore, excellent long range strike, man. As the tie went on, like I said, in patches, you had Saka going forward, beating Dijon Sterling here and there, Michi here and there. I did think Emil Smith was dribbling a bit too much in the game, but he's having a bit of joy. But the golfing class, we're being outnumbered in midfield, we're being outworked. I don't know what Chelsea do fitness-wise, but you can see the golfing in fitness between the two boys. Ballard, 20 minutes in, we played on Friday, so it's a tough ask to ask these 18-year-old boys, 16 to 18-year-old boys. We need to remember, a lot of them, this is the most pivotal 2 years of their careers because now they're training every day and playing many times. And you could see that them Chelsea boys are used to playing more games than them because you could see Ballard pulling up again. And it really took 75 minutes to sub a man for Zach Medley. Medley, you need to concentrate because I think you could surprise potentially a couple of us coming through the pathway. But when you do things within your first touch, coming off the bench and letting in another goal, it's ridiculous. Obviously, in the second half, as we tired, as Chelsea started, I actually felt we started off the second half a bit better than Chelsea. Chelsea looked like they were losing their rhythm within the first 10-15. And then, obviously, part of that, it was back to business for Chelsea. They started flooding the goals, and I'm not going to get to all of them. Like, you saw it yourself, man. 1 started going in, and 2, and then we're just conceding sloppy goals. And this is where it comes down to being professional with the boys. When it gets to a certain scoreline, you're playing for pride. And I was looking at these boys. Okay, even when they scored their first, I'm like, the tie's done now. It's 4-1. But while you've lost the tie, and it might not make sense to most people, but while you lost that tie, you don't lose the game. And what I mean by that is, you don't get displayed like you did at Stamford Bridge. You stay at 1-1, you get a 1 goal, you do something. Chelsea were physically better, man. Like, some of the goals were sloppy. Virginia, I'm upset for him the most because on paper 4-1 he's conceded 7. It looks like he's had a mare, but the keeper was on stuff. Both legs, I felt Vontae definitely did well against Hudson-Odoi. Obviously, Odoi got 2 goals, I believe, an assist and 2 goals in that second leg, so it looks like he had a blinder. But I felt Vontae was holding it up at times by himself. Thompson here and there as well. I felt our fullbacks tried match work. They tried, but there's not much you can do. I must admit, Kwame Ampadu, I am a bit... Some of your substitutions and some of your tactics does rub me up the wrong way, but you've led these boys to second in the league, so I can't have any complaints. Saka showed his young inexperience. I mean, he's been a main part of this under-18s FA Youth Cup finalist side, and he's only 15, so it means he's turned scholarship next year officially. But he was getting forward and doing a couple bits, but he showed his inexperience. He's walking back from an offside position, and then he checks back in quickly, and he scores. Obviously, now it's not a goal because he was miles offside, but this is the sort of stuff you need to get out of your game when it comes to playing at a men's level. Emile Smith, I think he was very good as well, and he's learning the defensive arts of the game, and it's a case for him just finding balance, and he could be one. Amici, he was a bit quiet, but he did what he could. Like, it weren't a game where we played well, where we played necessarily well. We're up against a superior side, like I said. Like, I personally feel we let ourselves down in patches. The fitness levels and the tactical gulf between the sides showed. This is why the Chelsea side is running away with the under-18s league. But I felt the boys, especially in the first leg, generally speaking, the likes of Vontae, like I just said, Joao, they gave a good account of themselves. Like, they went down fighting. I personally think Joao is going to be a very good keeper, and it might just be a bit like Szczesny, you know. When Szczesny came in at 18, trust me, that keeper is messed. He just needs to bulk up a bit, youthful and experience. Obviously, he's a keeper, so if he was to step into the men's national team, men's full team now, he's going to need to get a voice, because these are, even though they're crap, the likes of Mustafi and all of these guys, they're seasoned veterans, played for their country at tournaments and all them things there. So he's going to need to be a leader and rollick them and tell them certain things. But he's a very good keeper, man. That's the one bright spark I'd probably say. Vontae, you might have a future here as well. I like how he plays. He's physically strong. He doesn't give up. He's decent technically, and it meant something to him. I felt Robbie Burton started off well as well, but his standards sort of dropped. There's no point doing a player rating. If I'm honest, I'll give everybody a 5, to be honest with you. They tried, and then obviously they're young, and they need to get the mistakes out of the game. As they tired, they're giving away silly goals. And a lot of them, you need to fix out your game, because you won't have. The reality is, you won't have a future at any top club if you can't do certain things. It doesn't matter how tactically good you are. Credit to Chelsea, man. Like I said, I love both academies because I love youth football. I like how they like to win bare stuff and create that mentality. I like how it helps their players fight, whether they're going to have a career at Chelsea or elsewhere. They learn how to fight, and that's one thing many young players are criticised of. They know, I don't want to call it excellence, because it is excellence. I swear they got the Busby Babes record, so it is excellence. But at the end of the day, if I put myself in the shoes of these kids, if I'm 18 and we've won 5 titles, or I've been part of this side, if I'm 28 and that's all I've won, there's no benefit. But it shows how to fight. Like I said, man, Panzo impressed me, Hudson-Odoi impressed me, but they're already known from the under-17s World Cup, as is Emile Smith. I was impressed with Castillo. Chelsea fans, it's your boy. I don't know if he's a left winger or a left mid, but I'm pretty sure he was signed from Ajax or one of them Dutch clubs. He's decent. Giving away some silly fouls. I don't know how he didn't get booked. Don't know how that Gallagher didn't get booked in the midfield bare times. He should have probably been sent off, if I'm honest. I'm surprised we didn't have a pen as well, if I'm honest. But I'm not being sour here or nothing. Chelsea were the better men, the better players collectively, and they did their thing. And I must say, it's a touching tribute that I saw all of them young players before they started getting gassed and celebrated, when they clapped the fans. And on top of that, George McCracken, he lifted up allegedly a Ray Wilkins scarf, so that's very nice. It might only be the FA Youth Cup in comparison, but it's nice to see that they are trying to do this thing from young, and they remember someone that, although all them under 18s, they never watched Ray Wilkins when he played football. They know what he means to the club. They know who he was as a man personally. So that was nice to see, man. But like I said, man, 7-1, golfing class. You've got to wonder as well, these Chelsea boys might benefit from playing in League 2, a lot of them, because like I said, how are these centre-halves, if they've got all the time in the world, going to learn when to play, when not to play, how to remain focused? The fullbacks the same, the midfielders the same. How are they going to learn this stuff? They're not going to learn, them and probably City are not going to learn it playing against Manchester United's academy's been in the worst way. Us is a step backwards, but we're getting some good prospects in. They're not going to learn anything playing them two sides, Man United and Arsenal, because if they were to play Arsenal and United 10 times, it's sad, but they'd probably win about 7. Sad to say. But there's nothing more to be said on that front. That's the FA Youth Cup done. Hopefully, some of them will be playing in the Under-23 final next Tuesday, I believe. I thought it was this Tuesday, man. I was about to make my way to them. It's like a waste, man. But, guys, deluded, man. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I promise to talk about everything I can, and I have.